So this is a Lucet. It's a tool for making cord from yarn, and I do a lot of these for the wool festivals that I do. And I'm going to kind of show how I actually make a production run. This is a block of walnut. It's 2 inches by 3 inches and 6 inches long, and I'm drawing a pattern on the top of it to follow with the bandsaw. Normally I would make a template and do each half exactly the same, but I was feeling kind of squirrely that day, and so I actually just drew it on there all by hand. So I think these turned out just a slight bit different, but they're pretty close, so wasn't too worried about it. I put an 1/8 inch blade on my bandsaw, and of course I follow the line as closely as possible. Try not to go inside of it, but if I go outside of it a little bit, that's okay. The tricky part, of course, is the inside here. Even with an 1/8 inch blade, I had to back up, I think, once down here at the bottom, right about there. And then once we get that all cut out, we're going to go over to an oscillating spindle sander. This is a blank that will actually make 4 pieces, or four of the Lucets. Should have made 6, but I had some issues with the bandsaw and destroyed the last 2. But anyway, so I use the spindle sander to kind of clean up the bandsaw marks a little bit on the outside. I don't worry about getting it perfect here because I'm going to do this again once I've got them separated from each other, which I do also on the bandsaw. So get it cleaned up a little bit, and then we're going to slip back over the bandsaw, and I put a 3/4 inch blade on the bandsaw and actually resaw each of the pieces, which you'll see here in just a moment. So here I'm getting them all cut up, and I cut that short because the last one actually broke the plastic plate and busted it to pieces. But anyway, then I run over to the belt sander and smooth up the bandsaw lines on the faces. And I've got a brand new like 80 grit belt on here. I also hit them with a pardon me, with a 120 belt after this, but I didn't film that part. I've just go moving along. I made like 25 of these things in a day. So then I get on the orbital spindle sander again and clean up the little bit of saw marks that are left, which doesn't take long. This actually is showing you all 4 of them, and I'm going through them really fast, of course, because we're in time lapse. And then once that's done, they need a hole at the base of the Y between the legs. Right here, and that is for the cord to go through as you make it. So like you start with the end of your yarn through that hole, and then you loop it on a certain way. And if you actually search YouTube for how to use a Lucet, there are lots of videos of people showing how to use them. They're actually kind of neat. They're used a lot by crocheters and knitters to make cords for different things, hats and whatnot. It just makes a thicker yarn out of a thin yarn. So here I'm using actually I was using a router bit because I couldn't find my countersink bit, but just countersinking the holes a little bit to make the edge a little smoother, the transition around it. And then I go over and I sit and I sand, and I'm just going to sand one here in the video, but I got to do this to every one of the 25 that I currently have made, and I haven't got them all done yet. So anyway, get them all sanded up, and I didn't put any finish on it for the video. I finished them all at the same time, and I'm just going to use antique oil on these. So antique oil looks really good on walnut, and I also did some out of Bradford pear. So antique oil looks pretty good on it. I think the walnut looks better, but so there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.